The workplace has become known as a second home to many individuals, whether it is due to the bonds and ties they have created with the company or purely due to the time spent there. In either case, the workplace has a significant impact on the physical and mental wellness of its employees. In both white and blue collar fields, each company and environment brings its own unique set of challenges and benefits, making the issue much more complex than it may first appear. During this discussion, I will be covering balancing work and health, both physical and mental, strategies for workplace wellness, deaths and injuries related to the workplace, and how jobs impact social life and relationships. Throughout this talk, it is important to not only think about how these suggestions can be brought into your own workplace, but also how they can be expanded upon to better align with your current work environment. As I will discuss, each workplace is different, so it's important to approach these situations with a sense of adaptability. An individual's workplace has a massive impact upon their overall health and perceptions of their own satisfaction. With most individuals spending 40 hours of their time there a week, it is important to ensure that the time spent away from work is benefiting them in some form. For white-collar workers, desk jobs present unique risks. They increase the risk of obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and potentially mental health, all negatively impacting the health of men at greater rates. For blue-collar workers, the risks are more aligned with musculoskeletal injuries, exposure to hazardous substances, and increased rates of chronic diseases. To avoid these issues, white-collar workers can practice regularly getting up from their desk and moving around at regular intervals, ensuring that they maintain a healthy diet, exercise, and engage in outdoor activities on the weekends to help improve their mental health. Blue-collar workers can ensure that they are wearing proper PPE at all times, engage in proper rest and recovery treatments, and get routine health checks at doctors to monitor chronic disease status and toxic substance exposure. There's not one solution that fits all responses. So it's important to assess each situation individually and target the areas that are having the largest impact. Speaking to superiors and discussing with peers are also great ways to try and implement more positive and beneficial habits into the workplace. With some individuals spending as much or more time at their job than they do at home, it is important to ensure that the work environment is conducive to improving their overall wellness. There are several strategies that can help to improve workplace wellness and employee health. One such solution is an employee-supported fitness program. Many employers offer free or discounted gym memberships for their employees to help encourage and make physical activity more accessible. This is very beneficial to white-collar positions as these individuals spend most of their time sitting behind a desk. Additionally, employers can offer counseling services such as stress management. This is beneficial to both blue and white-collar employees, as each sector has their own stressors that can impact the productivity and overall well-being of the employee. As a third example, employers should be willing to accommodate some scheduling preferences so as to not place additional stress upon the worker. This could help to ensure that the employee is able to complete all their responsibilities both in and outside of the workplace. These suggestions barely scratch the surface of what can be done to improve workplace wellness. Each location is unique and may require support in different areas. In 2022, the death rate of full-time workers was 3.7 per 100,000, the highest it has been in over 10 years. From this death rate, more than 70% came from blue-collar jobs. Specifically, industries like construction, truck driving, and maintenance were the leading industries, with over 90% of these cases being men. Most workplace injuries are seen in blue-collar positions due to their proximity to harmful substances and more physically taxing work, making initiatives aimed at improving work conditions incredibly relevant for them. White-collar workers tend to have lower fatality rates, though they still face many potential injuries. Some of the main threats they face are stress-related injuries, repetitive motion injuries, and potential exposure to workplace violence. Each job and workplace environment brings its own unique challenges and dangers, so coming up with a plan on how to minimize these risks should be tailored to each location individually. The events that contribute to workplace injury and death are as follows: transportation incidents, making up 38%, falls and slips at 16%, exposure to harmful substances at 15%, and workplace violence at 15%. Knowing what the top threats to injury and death are towards workers will allow for more effective allocation of safety resources. Jobs play a complex role in the social life and relationships of its employees. As mentioned, a large portion of an individual's time is spent at work, so the impact that it can have on their ability to maintain and build social connections can either be beneficial or extremely detrimental. Focusing first on the negatives, jobs can reduce time for personal relationships if additional hours need to be worked to complete a project, increase the stress of the individual, making it harder for them to put down their work and fear that they will not complete it in time. The position may cause burnout, which can lead to negative mental health impacts, and a lack of work life balance can create resentment between the employee and their social circle, putting additional strain on the relationship. However, looking at some of the positives, jobs can build social connections through colleagues where they're able to share experiences and support one another. It creates a sense of community and belonging for the individuals in the office. Employees may share interests with one another and bond over similar ideals. And it offers the opportunity to build one's social and professional network, which can lead to new jobs and personal growth opportunities.